looking for the ultimate tool to supercharge your productivity. This AI might be what you need. We're diving into Zync.
Zync?
Yeah, Zync.
Yeah.
It's this AI-powered platform, and people are saying it can totally transform how you create and share, well, content.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What are we talking about here? Like, what kind of content?
Basically, anything you can think of. Imagine, like, going from an idea to a polished video, a podcast segment, you name it. Even a whole bunch of social media posts all ready to go.
All in minutes. Really?
That's what they're claiming. We're going to break it all down. But first, what I find super interesting is how Zync is tackling this pain point,
Oh, totally. Creating content regularly, it's a ton of work.
Right. It takes forever. All the steps involved. Filming, editing, formatting for different platforms. It's a lot.
Zync is trying to streamline that whole process. Ambitious.
Totally. And get this, they've got all these different studio options depending on what you need.
Okay, like what?
Well, the one that caught my eye, it's called the Solo Studio.
Solo Studio.
Interesting. Right. Yeah, but before we dive into the specifics, let's break down what Zync actually does. Like, it's AI-powered and all, but what does that even mean for someone using it?
So basically, think of Zync as this AI assistant, but specifically for creating content.
Okay, I like it.
It can help you produce, well, a whole range. Short videos, long videos, podcasts. It can even handle written content like articles, blog posts, social media captions, that sort of thing.
Wow. So it doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber or a podcaster or a writer or just someone who needs to, like, make their social media presence pop. Zync has them covered.
It really seems that way. The key thing here is how it streamlines everything. Content creation can be such a drag. Zync is claiming to get you from that initial idea to something publishable way faster.
Okay, I'm sold on the idea, but how does it actually work? Let's unpack this Solo Studio bit, the one you mentioned.
Right, so the Solo Studio, this is where Zync's AI really shines.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So picture this. Every single week, it gives you these prompts, questions, but they're tailored to, like, your field, what's trending right now.
And all you do is answer them.
That's the gist, yeah. Then Zync takes your answers and uses, well, it's AI magic, I guess, to turn them into, engaging content.
We're talking like full-on videos, podcasts, even written pieces, all from answering a few questions.
That's the claim, yeah.
And how long does that take?
They say about 15 minutes a week.
15 minutes a week. That sounds almost too good to be true.
It's a bold claim, for sure. The idea is that the AI handles the scripting, the editing, all that stuff, so you can focus on what matters, the ideas.
So the AI is making sure the content is actually good, too. Like, it's not just spitting out generic stuff, right?
Right. It draws on trending topics, keywords, that sort of thing. It's using data to drive the content creation process.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're not just stuck with their prompts.
Right. No, you can feed the AI your own questions, or even, like, existing content. Let's say you have a blog post that's doing really well. Zync can reformat that into a video script or social media snippets.
Okay, that's huge. Repurposing content like that is so valuable.
Right. It's all about maximizing what you create. And speaking of maximizing, Zync doesn't stop at creation. It can handle publishing your content on multiple platforms, too.
Oh, wow. So they handle getting the content out there, too.
They do. We're talking LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even X, formerly Twitter, all through their platform. Just one click.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That could be a game changer. I can see how this would be huge for anyone who's trying to juggle multiple platforms. Wait, so this multi-platform thing, it's not just for social media, is it? Don't they have a whole podcast studio built into Zync?
They do. That's another thing they're trying to simplify, podcasting. Because it can get pretty complicated, right?
For sure.
So their podcast studio, it has AI-assisted editing. You can create little clips for social media promotion. And it even helps you manage guests. Basically, it's like the whole package if you want to start a podcast or, grow one you already have.
So they're not just helping you create the content, but also making it better and actually getting it out there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like they really get the whole content creation process from that first idea you have all the way to sharing it with the world.
It really does. And they cover so much. Video, audio, writing, publishing on different platforms. That's a lot.
But with all this talk about AI, aren't you a little curious about who owns the content you create? That's a big deal.
Definitely. It's a good question to ask, especially when AI is doing some of the work. But Zync is pretty clear about this. They say users own all their content 100%.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah, they emphasize that you're in control. You decide how your content is used, where it's shared, and you can delete it anytime.
So it's not like they're using your content for other things without your permission. Not at all. They seem to be targeting this towards professionals, people who are building their brand.
Because that makes sense. Professionals need to be careful about their brand. They can't just have their content floating around everywhere.
Exactly. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Zync isn't just another AI toy. It's a serious tool.
Yeah, it seems like they're going after people who know how important their content is, their ideas, people who need to stay in control of their message.
Right, and they get it. They're not just throwing this out there for anyone to use. They want to help people who are serious about creating content.
It sounds like Zync could be amazing for people who need to create high-quality content all the time, but they just don't have the time or resources to do it all themselves.
Definitely. That's the thing, right? In today's world, everyone is competing for attention. So if you can find a way to create great content more efficiently, that's a huge advantage.
It really does feel like, Zync is like at the forefront of this whole AI content creation wave. What about you? What do you think about the long-term impact? I mean, platforms like this, they could really change things, right?
Oh, for sure. It's a game changer. I mean, think about it. It's like giving individuals, businesses, everyone really, the power to create professional level content without needing a huge budget.
Right, like having a whole team of creatives at your fingertips. Writers, editors, producers.
Exactly. And that's huge.
Yeah.
Because it means we could see a much more diverse media landscape, more voices being heard. That's exciting.
Definitely. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about like who owns the content and all that. There's some pretty big questions here about what this means for creative work in general. Like, how do we even value human creativity when AI is becoming so good at it?
It's the big question, isn't it? And honestly, there's no easy answer. It's something we're all going to have to figure out as these technologies become more and more a part of our lives.
It does feel like we're just starting to scratch the surface of what AI can do with content creation. And platforms like Zync, they're kind of giving us this like sneak peek into the future.
Absolutely. And it's moving so fast. I'm really curious to see what happens next.
Well, for our listeners, if you're ready to dive in and try out AI-powered content creation, we've got you covered. There's a link in the description to a lifetime deal for Zync, so you can test it out yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're looking for ways to, get more done in less time and maybe even unlock some creative potential you didn't know you had.
Who knows, right? Maybe this is the thing that'll finally help you start that podcast, build a following on social media, or just make the whole content creation process less of a headache.
Exactly. Happy creating, everyone.